Carson's still there. Am I here? You hear me? Hello? Chat? You with me? Give me a hello. 1 in the chat if you can hear me. 2 in the chat if you can't hear me. Chat, 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 chat. Are you with me, chat? Yes. Chat, 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 chat. Are you with me, chat? Tell me, chat. Are you here with me? Or am I alone talking to myself? I don't know. Chat. I don't know if this is working. I would love to hear something from you. Chat, chat,
right
chat.
click.
Oh, I'm hearing myself. Chat, 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 chat. Does it tell that I'm live? Are we live? Are we here? Chat. We are live now. Are we not? F5, 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 F5. Welcome to Summer Game Fest, everybody. This is one of the events that kind of replaced good old E3 in terms of game reveals. And today is a special one because good old David Kim, who did a lot for StarCraft 2, is revealing his new RTS today. And why is that important? Because they say they're gonna revolutionize real-time strategy. Okay, a lot of people said that. Zero Space said that. Couldn't really do it. Frost Giant said that. Couldn't really do it. David Kim's company Uncapped Games has support by Tencent. And they do League of Legends, etc., etc. So, hopefully, this is gonna be good. And with a lot of money behind it. So we're gonna watch that in anticipation. And we have, of course, our beloved feature, because we're not doing this for the first time. No. We had these exhibition co-streams a couple of times. And you know that when we are watching stuff like this together, there's one thing you need. A, it's the stream, of course. And, wait a second. Bring on the stream. Here we go. It's the good old classic excited counter. It's the excited counter. It's back. We're currently starting at 0. I haven't seen anything just yet, but we will. I guess we're like, I don't know, 1/4 through or something. We'll see. Let me know how the sound is. And let's enjoy this together. Elder Emo, great shirt. Yeah, right? With Coheed and Cambria logo on it.
So it shall be.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7. Cool. I'll buy this. I'll play it once. And then I'll put it to the cupboard again. But big fan of Civilization.
Summer Game Fest.
One of my very, very first games I ever played.
To finally announce that Civilization 7 is coming day and date to PC and consoles next year. I'm in awe of the amazing team that has brought us to this moment, but we also have to thank you, our incredible fans around the world, for your overwhelming support of this franchise for over 30 years. We can't wait to share more, and we hope you'll join us later this summer for the full reveal of Civilization 7. In the meantime, stay civilized.
Very important Twitch chat. Stay civilized. Yeah, Civ. Big love for Civ. Yeah. Is that a new Souls-like? Souls-like number 720. Oh, Monkey King. Yo, this is hyped, right? This game? Yo, for sure. Wukong. This looks dope. Bro, that's the Panda Ultimate. Hyped for that. By the way, did we miss an excitement when the guy talked about Civilization? I think we did. Yeah, I'll play this, pretty sure. I will not play this 100%. This is VR Assassin's Creed. No, VR Prince of Persia. Right? Oh, none of it. But some VR stuff. Not for me. Don't need VR.
Perhaps humans were fated to build the monoliths, reaching heaven and returning with a gift. Stardust. But mankind was given more than it wished for. Not progress, but chaos. Every new height brings a terrible fall. And yet hope still glimmers, even in the depths of the unknown.
Sure, Taish.
Like mayflies, we die to live again.
Oh, is Lara back? Looks like it, eh?
The smallest creatures show the greatest resilience. Wherever we remain standing, we stand together.
What does greatness mean to you? Born great. I was made for this. Born great. I'll make
By the way, I want to interrupt this real quick, because this is really not that interesting. And show you something. Because this was tweeted before. Kotaku was able to verify the prices publisher and devs have to pay to get a trailer at Summer Games Fest 2024. 1 minute, 250k. 2 minutes, 450k. 2.5 minutes, 550k. There might be some special deals here and there, but my god, if you appear here, you got money. It feels like there is a bazillion Warhammer games coming out. Am I wrong?
All right, welcome back to Summer Game Fest. We've got some amazing developer guests joining us throughout the show, and I'm very excited to introduce our first guests. They are legendary creators who are working on a brand new fantasy RPG metaphor slated to launch this October. Please welcome the director and art designer of Persona 3, 4, and 5, Katsura Hashino and Shikanori Shojima.
Persona games are for weebs, right?
ありがとうございます。アトラスの橋野です。今日は副島さんと一緒にこのステージに立ててとても光栄に思ってます。
Thank you, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here. My name is Hashino, and I am the director of Metaphor. It is a pleasure to be here with Mr. Soejima.
このゲームはね、アーキタイプという他のゲームでいうところのジョブですね。その姿に主人公たちが変身して明日の未来のために戦うというとても熱い RPG です。
This game is an RPG in which the party members transform into their jobs, which we call archetypes. These archetypes allow you to fight against your
100K.
enemies.
アーキタイプは誰もが持つ不安と向き合うことによって覚醒する力です。すべてのアートワークは力強さとオリジナリティを意識して描いています。
200k.
その総数は40種類以上にも及び、経験を積ませると一部のアーキタイプは進化することもできます。
Archetypes are the embodiment of power
300K.
born from the will to face your fears and anxieties. We gave it our all to instill each and every archetype with a feeling of strength and uniqueness in each of their designs. In total, there will be more than 40 types of archetypes available in the game. These archetypes can gain experience and even evolve. Some of them can evolve into stronger versions.
He looks so
メ
damn
タファー
serious,
は
dude.
アトラスの RPG 我々が作ってきた
400K
RPG のノウハウを全て結集させて作っています。とても大きなボリュームのゲームです。今日はこのアーキタイプをテーマにした最新のトレーラーをお持ちしました。ぜひご覧になってください。ありがとうございました。
So we are pouring
And
all of our acquired
500K.
expertise into this game to make it as exciting as possible. In fact, we've even
Exciting!
brought our latest trailer today, which is centered around the topic of these archetypes. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy it.
It is said that we all have inherited heroic virtues deep within us. The reality is,
These games, they always feel like a gacha game version of Final Fantasy.
a great evil
Are
flows
these
through
games
this
any
land.
good? Does anyone know?
You have found a way to wield true magic. Many more protectors and followers will gather to your side. Remind people that the same powers lie dormant within them.
On guard!
You must acquire more archetypes and bring them together.
How's this? Gower! No holding back!
Now you've acquired a most interesting power, an archetype whose existence was only theoretical. You wield power now.
I kind of like the style, but it's not appealing at all.
Such an honor to have Hoshino and Shojima with us on stage. Thank you guys, and for that deep look at the archetypes, such stunning visual designs. Now we're going to jump into the Arkhamverse. Batman Arkham Shadow is a MetaQuest 3 exclusive VR game coming later this year. As Batman, you face a new threat, the mysterious Rat King and his cultish devotees. Here's your first look at the story trailer for Batman Arkham Shadow.
Dude, I love the Arkham games. It was so good. So good. This looks dope.
There's a new darkness overtaking Gotham, driving the city mad. The only light left is from the fire in the streets, casting shadows of rats on everything that was once good. Fear is their weapon. But they're not the only ones who can use it. The Rat King will stop at nothing to destroy my city. How far will I go to destroy him?
Bit of a cheesy voiceover, but... Oh, it's a meta game even. Damn. For that, it's really impressive.
When the bat falls, the rats rise.
I am looking forward to heading back to the Arkhamverse. Now, it is time to update fans on a legendary fighting game franchise. And that includes me. Because I have been a fan of this series ever since one of its first iteration and have been playing each one ever since.
Which one is it?
Let's check it out.
I don't know. Still don't know. No clue. Nope. Not Street Fighter. It is Street Fighter? Where's Ryu? Where's Guile? Where's Blanca? Where's Honda? Where's Dhalsim? Where's Bison? Oh, there's Bison. Street Fighter lore, by the way, super sick. Oh, that can? Oh, that's new characters for Street Fighter. I see. Okay, I did not. I'm not following games. Oh my god, what? What is that? Ay, 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 ay. How do these guys have multiple hundred thousands of dollars to screen this at this event? Is this a mobile game? That is a good question, mate. Oh. David Kim, I hope your game looks better. Roguelike or hack and slay. Ouch, that was rough. That one was rough. Oh, Son Goku, right? Dragon Ball. There you go. Bro, I played so much Tenkaichi. Horrible controls. Still super fun. On PlayStation.
To a million pieces, just like I did that earlier. You talking about thrilling? Don't you dare! I'm not going to hell alone. You were only on a ride. Are you ready? Do it! Well, the way you slice it, there's only one way to save her. Bye.
Absolutely fascinating.
No matter
How often they recycled this. It's crazy. They recycled the same story, I guess 12 times now. It's amazing.
You are a prison boy. I will show you the true form of autonomous open. It's my turn now. Change everything. Let's do it. This is stuff you don't think you can win. There's no way.
So funny. Hey, let's do this again. Yeah, can't complain
There
about
you
that
go,
one.
Internet. We got your release date for Sparking Zero, October 11th. Now we step into the world of Delta Force Hawk Ops, a free-to-play tactical shooter available to play on all platforms. Here's a look at their multiplayer FPS extraction mode.
Okay, that's probably not too interesting to us. I want to know, what are your hopes regarding the setting of David Kim's game and the art style? What do you want to see and what would be a red flag for you? I'm gonna be honest, if that's another space RTS, Oof. I'm a bit sick and tired of space RTSs.
Looks like someone beat us to it. We need to pick up the pace.
And I'm probably gonna be disappointed. I know. Comic book graphics would not be for me. You say that on a Warcraft 3 channel? I hope it's set in the world of Warcraft and the art style is like that of Warcraft. Yeah, you're in for disappointment as well. Realism would be a red flag, I agree. Medieval fantasy. Yeah, must not even medieval fantasy, but more fantasy or even like high sci-fi would be nice. But yeah, he better got heroes in.
But that is not all. The game's premium campaign mode, Black Hawk Down, is a reimagining of the original game that is also fully licensed to recreate moments from the...
I want dinosaurs, says Zwergen King, like Para World back then.
Is your world premiere first look at that gameplay.
What gameplay? I didn't listen. Oh, shooters. Dude, I couldn't be bothered with shooters, guys. I don't know about you. And I'm definitely in the minority. But shooters are so bland.
Why are they burning tires? RPG! Hold on!
It feels so samey. I enjoyed Cyberpunk though.
Get down! Get down! Enemy attack! Air fight! Enemy vehicles coming!
Ay. I totally get like Counter-Strike, Valorant. That's totally fine. Like multiplayer shooters, totally fine. Single player shooters, what the hell, dude?
City of the Wolves. For real this time.
That's my Street Fighter. Oh, it's not Street Fighter, right? But I mean, that's my fighting game community style thingy. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay, this is horrible. Imagine buying a PS5 and you play this. This also looks very Dragon Ball-esque, kinda. Just more childish. I'm just debating whether or not I should give Overwatch a chance. I heard they introduce Stormgate characters. Yep. Alright, this looks like lighthearted fun. I'm not against it. Looks like a MOBA.
Water balloon. Rocks can make that for ya.
Is that like a children's MOBA?
You're next.
Actually, looks kind of fun. I don't hate it. Mobile, Switch, I don't hate it. Yo, Gundam, brother. Love me a good Gundam. You know what? There's not enough games like this. Yeah, I like this. There should be more games with Mecha Gundam things.
We're back here at Summer Game Fest, and that was a look at Mecha Break with its immersive aerial and ground combat with lightning-fast maneuvers. Next,
wow.
Jason Blum and his Blumhouse banner have become synonymous with incredible horror films over the years, like Get Out, Megan, and last year's Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, now Blumhouse is entering the video game world in a big way.
Ooh. Never heard any of this.
Dark times await us. Vengeance will take shape.
Bro. What?
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep. I am terrified to sleep, and I am scared to death to stay awake.
Don't worry, Viv. If any
is
ghosts
happening?
actually show up, I'll protect you.
Amy?
I'll save you, no matter what. Just go home, Viv.
Amy!
The local police department asked me to help with a case. Why would they need a game designer? Should have some developer mode.
So you're traveling through different areas of games from like Super Nintendo through PlayStation, etc. to solve a horror riddle? I don't hate that. I like that. I played a similar game on Switch where if you level up, the graphics level up as well from original Nintendo to Super Nintendo, etc. That was cool.
CEO and founder of Blumhouse, and Luis Blaine, creative lead at Blumhouse Games.
Yeah, I like it, man. Be creative. Take a leap of faith. Concept is indeed interesting. Agreed, Chad.
Hey guys, so we got ourselves a full slate there. That's incredible. So Jason, tell us a bit about why did you want to get into games like this? What are we doing?
Are we excited?
We've been very, very busy. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having us. Thank you guys all. Great to hear the fans out there.
That's $10,000 for the
You'll
hello.
all be very happy to know we're working at this very minute on the sequel of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's coming. Don't worry. Anyway, horror is, to my great relief, getting more and more popular. Our movies are working. It's working on streaming. It's working in live events. And we wanted to try and take our approach to movies and apply it to games. And that's what you see here. We're gonna do independent games. We're gonna look for creators and give them a platform and encourage these creators to be weird and subversive and find the most effed up, scariest things they can and put them into really cool games.
Well, they look great. It's a really diverse, cool slate. Luis, tell us a bit about, we saw a bunch of games there. What can you tell us about kind of the overall lineup of games?
Well, as you just saw from our slate, our horror games are a lot like Blumhouse movies. They come in many different flavors of fear, which means there's a horror game for everyone. So maybe you're a fan of nostalgic 90s experiences with a bit of a twist, intense first-person shooters, or maybe, Jeff, you just want some bonus murder in your otherwise very cozy farming sim. I think, we as horror fans, we know that there are so many different subgenres to explore, and our independent development partners, they feel the same, and they're just as excited, which means we've got psychological nightmares, we have supernatural scares, we have cosmic horror. And our team has worked really hard to work with global, creative, talented partners. And that means for us that we really want to, as we're working in indie projects, which means that we can take risks, we can be flexible, and really we can push the limits of what's possible in scary storytelling. And we're so excited.
Yeah, no,
excited
it looks
number 2!
Awesome, all the stuff you have there.
Double
and I know,
whammy.
We'll get into when games are coming out, but some of these are coming soon, Jason, right? We got a good slate.
Well, yeah, we're on PC and console, yeah, we wanted to start with not just one, but we wanted to start with a few games. So, you want to tell us about those?
Yeah. So, Fear the Spotlight is our first release coming later this year, and it really hits our mission statement. It's an amazing 90s horror experience. It's got great characters, a compelling narrative. It's also super creepy, and I think people will be big fans of it, even if you're not normally into horror. And quickly, actually, Fear the Spotlight is getting its first trailer as part of the Day of the Dev showcase. So, stay tuned after the show.
Directly after. Awesome. Well, I know this is just the start, so we'll probably be seeing you in future years with more from Blumhouse Games. But guys, what do you think of the slate? Pretty amazing, right? What these guys are pulling on. Jason, Luis, thanks so much for being here on Summer Games.
Thank you, guys.
All right. And now here's the world premiere of a brand new Power Rangers game with a retro
Oh my
feel.
God! Let's go! I'm all here for it. Dude, the theme is everything. Oh, it's the original ones! The freaking best. Instant buy. Oh, this looks rough. I don't care. Looks amazing. Everything perfect with this game. Nothing to complain. Guaranteed 10 out of 10. Is that a mobile game? Oh, that should be my alarm. Yeah, definite buy. 100% buy. Top one of today. Yep, I agree. Dude, I played the freaking Power Rangers game on Mega Drive. And oh my god, is that game freaking hard. This gives me Ori and the Blind Forest vibes, and I feel like a lot of games try to emulate that. Could be very wrong. But same sound design. America as well, right? Hiya. Yeah. Who would have thought? Deer and boy. And then they have the deer on the right and the boy on the left. No.
What a beautiful game, Deer and Boy, which comes from first-time developer Jason Houdet in Paris, who started that project alone in 2020 during the pandemic and now has a team of 8 helping him realize his vision with financial aid from the French government, and games like that are why we do this show, giving first-time developers a chance to show you what they're working on. All right, next, after a long wait, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is arriving later this year. This is a first-person open-world action RPG from Warhorse Studios. Here is a brand new look.
Oh my god, guys, I'm so happy. Finally, the world is getting a new open-world game.
Always come to fruition. Man proposes.
Thank you, Capsule, for the sub.
But God disposes.
Oh, it was Butt Crumbs, actually. Butt Ranger, let's go.
And then boots you right in the balls. These 2 young fellas, I need to find them.
Is this PlayStation 2?
Smart-ass Smith. And the other's a blue-blooded fledgling.
You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak?
Gentlemen, praise be to our Lord Jesus Christ.
Our Father, there are many sinners in this world. But in the end, we all face your judgment for what we should have done,
they fucked in the trailer.
but lacked the courage to do.
The last time I ran away, I lost everything. I'm never gonna run from that fucker again.
Kiss our asses!
God, is this retribution for my sins?
To the task!
Who's this game for?
Come on!
What's the selling point?
Task.
First one was
Next, we
janky but
step
damn
into the
good.
dark mind of Silent Hill creator Keiichiro Toyama-san.
I like the first
back
one.
in 2021, we announced his new game,
Why?
Slitterhead, at the Game Awards, and now we're giving you a look at the gameplay from his
Graphic
independent
is much
Tokyo-based
better.
studio.
This was much better? Holy shit, what was it before? No, of course graphics aren't everything, but from the trailer, I didn't get why this game is good. Like, if your game isn't about graphics, then tell me why your game is a standout. Because I'm an uneducated boomer. I got no clue. Holy, what the hell is going on here? Yo, now this looks fun. This is a real game. For real gamers. Not this Kingdom shit. Looks like great combat. So this game and Power Rangers so far, for me, winners of the evening. Yo. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. So I didn't catch the first... Ooh, okay.
That's what I call a dramatic entrance. There's a reason why I'm called Killer Bean.
Okay, thanks. When I first saw just the back of the head in the car, I thought it's a dick, but thankfully it's a bean.
Really? Good.
Bullet time. Nice. Gotta love me some bullet time. He got wall hack.
An international organization powerful enough to shape the world.
This is so stupid.
Until they lied
I
to
can't
me
kinda
and
hate
tried
it.
to
I
kill
can't
me.
hate it.
Now, I'm gonna destroy them.
You're the gosh darn idiot who wants to take down the Shadow Agency. Well, it is sure nice to meet
So
you.
grumpy.
Before you die.
He said he's a bean. Whoa, German suplex. Well done.
They made me who I am.
Oh, this makes me want to play
and I will
Wave
make
Race
them
again.
Pay for it.
When is another Wave Race coming out? Best racing game.
Glad you like that one. That was Killer Bean, a third-person roguelike shooter made by another single developer, believe it or not, right here in Los
Crazy.
Angeles, Jeff Liu, who previously worked as an animator on movies like The Matrix Reloaded.
Bullet time! I saw it
It's amazing what
immediately.
can happen in
I
this
saw, I
industry. All right,
felt
to
it.
introduce their brand new game, please welcome from the Game Bakers, a small independent studio in Montpellier, France. Audrey
I've been a wrestling fan for over 30 years and never heard of a German suplex. Bro, when Brock Lesnar takes you to Suplex City, that's a German
When we created our
suplex.
studio, Emmerich and I, we promised each other to always come up with something new. So after Fury and Haven, we're here to introduce our new game, Cairn, a survival climber. When I was a teenager, my dad prepared an expedition to Mount K2, but half of his team didn't come back.
Release
And I've
belly
always
to back as a
wondered
German
why
suplex. There
do
we go.
alpinists risk their lives in such extreme conditions. This is
The
something
real
we
Rashiel
wanted to
knows his
explore in Cairn.
Cairn is a game about what it takes to go beyond your limits. You climb a mountain to reach a summit never reached before. And the climbing gameplay is the challenge. It's very intense and realistic. It's a face-off between you and the mountain. And what you're going to see in the trailer is not from cutscenes. It's the actual climbing gameplay.
Bro, if you're climbing, aren't you just looking at the mountain? Yeah. Isn't that the entire game? Like looking at rock? I guess climbing is kind of popular. But you can never die. Was she angry? Oh, some sort of survival. You know what? Atmosphere, kinda cool. can't be hated. She yells a lot. Karen, like the TC? Karen Bloodhoof? Oh, I love these games.
I'm a fighter. I'm meant to be in the arena, in combat. But instead, I'm out here in the middle of the woods, running a tea shop. So, what does running a tea shop involve? Well, there's a lot of gardening, and I've had to get used to the pretty unique tea machine they've got here. None of these tasks are all that hard, they just take patience. And I'm not really the patient type, but I'm surviving. Of course, I have to actually serve the tea to our customers. And once that's done, I'll usually check in with Boro, the guy who owns the shop, to see if my help is needed anywhere. And when all the chores are done, sometimes I'll just sit on a bench and do absolutely nothing. It's not fighting, but it's peaceful. And what's weird is that I actually feel good. I'm happy. I can stop running now. I can stop. I can stop. I can stop running.
I was waiting for the twist.
I need to enjoy this. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Kind of relate to her on a very basic level. It's exactly how I feel. Ooh, the previous two games from the studio were really good.
The announcement of the next game from Davey Redden, the creator of the Stanley Parable. I sense there's a twist coming, as you would expect from him, and Ivy Road cannot wait to play that. All right, now here's a look at the story trailer for Unknown 9 Awakening, a narrative action-adventure game that tells the story of Haruna, a young woman born with the ability to venture into the fold, a dimension that overlaps our own.
Turn your thoughts inward and focus on your shade. Do you feel it?
I do.
Your progress is impressive lately, Haruna.
These are incredible.
They called themselves the Sahin. 9 among them were chosen and shielded from death.
The Unknown 9. Does this have anything to do with why Vincent is here?
Humanity has lived for eons at the mercy of the 9. It's time we took control of our own destiny.
Why are you so interested in Vincent, anyhow?
He killed someone I loved.
Remember stepping.
Yeah.
Find your target and bridge the gap.
I don't hate the setting.
You don't belong here.
You're wrong. This is exactly where I'm meant to be.
Yeah, give me some Bollywood on top. No Bollywood. Sorry.
The Fold is a strange place.
Vincent found something down there.
Sachin.
Not for me, I guess.
Hey! How about we see the world together?
I finally have something. Something that I want to protect.
I'll steal your heart. Adventure starts.
What the hell? You overload me with information! Always wanted to play with. I like. Okay. Oh, maybe I should download Street Fighter. I shouldn't. Character design, awesome.
Delusion taken form walks into my great hall.
Bro, who's cleaning this up?
Feel honored to fight a legend. On guard. Your greatest final chapter.
The big reveal. He's Thor. Okay, this is a bit extreme. Turning into Dragon Ball now? Really? That's a bit extreme.
There is but one certainty in the cosmos.
Sick.
Change.
That looked sick. Probably not for me. Probably not a great game.
All right, we're back here live
Aesthetics,
for more
amazing.
Summer Game Fest. The first Descendant, powered by Unreal Engine 5, is a next-gen looter shooter with dynamic cooperative gameplay, including a grappling hook mechanic. It is finally set for release, and we're very happy here to debut the new trailer and the reveal of the release date.
Why is he happy but not excited? Astonishing 5 only. 1 per 10 minutes. It's a Souls-like. Oh, I would have never guessed. Souls-like number 7,365. I like that song. Bit foxing-esque. Cheap foxing, but a bit foxing. Yo, I am not interested into this game at all. Soundtrack is M83 band. I've never heard of that. I think. Oh, did I? Oh, I probably did. This doesn't ring a bell. M83.
That looks awesome. The first Descendant will be available across PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. Wishlisted now and prepare for the release on July 2nd. And now, please welcome 2 developers whose hit indie game, Among Us, took the world by storm in a couple of game awards. From Inner Sloth, here are Victoria Tran and Forrest Willard.
All right, new Among Us. Ah, she's so excited.
What's up, gamers?
Wow.
Can you believe they just let us be on this stage? Like, no chaperones. Like,
I know. Can we announce something totally fake?
Oh,
do you
like-
think they'll let us do that?
Among Us 2? Among Us 3? 4? Oh, all right. Well, turns out we actually have something very real we wanted to present to you all today. There's been so many great indie games in recent years, but it's also been no secret that it's kind of a rough time in the industry. Some devs don't really get the chance they deserve, so we thought we could help out a little bit. That's why we're excited to announce our side project, Outer Sloth, an indie game fund we made that offers the kind of deals we would have wanted back in our less popular Among E days.
This is our way of saying thank you to our crewmates, players, peers, by helping some games and devs have the funding and freedom needed to ship their games.
Take
and
notes, Bobby Kotick, and everyone else.
I really want games. Outer Sloth is our passion project and dream for a better, more sustainable industry. We are really excited and incredibly nervous to reveal it here and show you the current lineup of games we've managed to fund because of you. And don't worry, Jeff, it has your favorite, a ton of world premieres. Enjoy!
GG.
Hi, I'm Ian from Shapeshot, and you may already be playing our first game, Mars First Logistics.
We are Trinket Studios, creators of Battle Chef Brigade, and this is our card battler RPG, Battle Suit Aces.
We are Studio NE%, and we're making the Marsfield Archives, a game about building and exploring connections.
Hi, we're Midnight Munches. We just released a demo for one-button bosses, or boss rush game, with a single button to press and a ton of bosses to beat.
Hey, I'm Husband, game director at Huscrofts, and this is Rogue Eclipse, our epic spaceflight action roguelike, where you'll have to customize and master your starfighter, take on merciless armadas, and vanquish a fleet of colossal super destroyers.
I might like that.
And we do have one more game that's very early in development.
Hi, I'm Eka, creative director of Outer Loop Games, makers of Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age. In our new game, explore the world in an upgradable mech and cook up tasty dishes for local communities. Fight off corpos, discover new dosa recipes, and reunite with your strange loved ones for one last meal. Project Dosa is a game about life, death, love, and food for the soul.
Nice win, big win. Well done. Well done, money well spent.
Thanks, Victoria and Forrest. Those all look fantastic, and I cannot wait to play them. But all of those amazing indie games aren't the only thing coming out of Inner Sloth. Did you know that there's going to be an Among Us TV show? Sounds like you did. Yes, there's going to be an Among Us TV show. Check out this sneak peek.
Oh wow, I even know two of these guys.
Up next, we have Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Holy shit, since when are people so excited for Sonic?
A definitive greatest hit collection of 3D and 2D levels from Sonic and Shadow's history. Now it's time for a glimpse of Shadow's brand new powers and gameplay from a standalone campaign, as well as the official release date announcement.
What the hell? People haven't been this excited for Sonic since 1991. I like that song. Good. know what? This looks fun.
I'll overcome every obstacle with this power.
I won't play it, but good for everybody who does.
The Year of Shadow, right? A movie coming in December too. Exciting stuff. All right. In the upcoming online survival game Dune Awakening from Funcom, there is one small decision that unleashed a chain of events which set the stage for the story the player will experience. Let's find out for the first time what that is.
The only peace I find is a future that never happened.
Ay ay. Licensed game, survival.
One where I,
red flag, red flag,
was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way, a path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen.
I'd rather play Power Rangers. Not gonna lie.
Muad'Dib. No, Lisan al-Gaib. No, Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
The sense of time. Ay, 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 this will fail spectacularly, won't it?
More Dune Awakening coming at Gamescom O&L in August. Now it is time to see the announcement of another new game from a brand new development studio.
RTS, come on. Not us, guys. Not us. I'm excited. Buddy, you don't count. Would be fun if this is the RTS. Battle Aces. Oh, wow.
To tell us more about Battle Aces and show you the gameplay, here's David Kim from Uncapped Games.
Woo!
Thanks, Jeff.
There we go. That is it.
Battle
What the
Aces
hell?
is the RTS game for everyone.
That
it's
is
for players
it.
that are brand new to RTS as well as RTS veterans. We really want to bring the core fun of RTS to everybody, kind of like how games such as World of Warcraft did for MMOs or Hearthstone did for card games. So Battle Aces is an action-packed army versus army game that has a high emphasis on the strategy. We want to bring this type of very specific RTS fun to players in two major ways. First, we want to amplify both the in and out of game strategizing through unit decks. And what makes unit decks very cool is not only will players be able to define the exact way that they wish to play, but also players will be able to experience an endless possibility of strategies. Second, we want to eliminate the tedious clicks required to play in RTS as much as possible so that players playing this game are experiencing only the fun parts of playing an RTS game. So, if you want to learn more about Battle Aces, or if you want to sign up for our beta test that's coming up very soon, then please make sure to visit our website at playbattleaces.com. Thank you.
Thank you, David. That was fantastic. All right. Our next premiere unveils the exciting new destination for a game that shadow dropped at the Game Awards last year, the Finals, with its unparalleled destruction wrapped in the world's most deadly game show. Now,
okay.
Dozens of updates in 2 seasons we're unveiling where contestants will be going in the all-new season starting next week on June 13th. Sharpen your katanas and welcome to Season 3 of the Finals.
So, I kind of like the style of the cutscenes. It's not, I mean, it looks like anime, right? Like bit 90s anime, kind of cool. But this didn't strike me as an RTS, you know? But this will take a lot of time to fall in love with the art style. It's again like sci-fi. But at least anime sci-fi. And not exactly StarCraft sci-fi, but oh, if you look at the units, it looks very much StarCraft sci-fi, doesn't it?
To tell us more about Battle...
Thanks, Jeff. It's for players that are brand
Alright. Very StarCrafty.
new to RTS as well as RTS. Kind of like how games such
But-
as World of Warcraft did for MMOs or Hearthstone did for card games.
So much. Like, it's so many units already. And it's kind of like, I don't know, is it auto chess-ish?
Games such as World of Warcraft did for MMOs or Hearthstone did for card games. So Battle Aces is an action-packed army versus army game that has a high emphasis on the strategy.
So no army versus army games. So there's basically no base building.
To bring this type of very specific RTS fun to players in two major ways.
Okay, I give one big plus. Player color, very recognizable. Very recognizable. Blue, red, yellow, nice. They got this down. They got this down. They know how important it is. I like that. Red blends a little bit with the red ground, you know, but that happens. The yellow, pretty much perfect.
First, we want to amplify both the in and out of game strategizing through unit decks. And what makes unit decks
So this is probably a placeholder, right?
very cool is not only will players be able to define the exact way that they wish to play, but also
Very simplistic. This kind of reminds me of a Dragon Ball capsule.
People are lazy. There was so many perfect styles. Super RTS concepts back in the end of 90s and first half of O. Just take one of them. Come on. Come on.
All people who played it said it was completely different from Blizzard RTS, or at least different enough to not expect much carryover. Yeah. I'm very curious. I'm not a big fan of big armies.
players will be able to experience an end.
So, am I getting this wrong? It's kind of like auto chess, right? You pick your army. It's not really auto chess, but instead of building a base, you select an army from, like, you have a budget and then you fantasy build your army. And then these units can get different abilities.
In this possibility of strategies. Second, We want to eliminate the tedious clicks required to play an RTS as much as possible so that players playing this game are experiencing only the fun parts of playing an RTS game. So,
wait, where is it?
If you want to learn more about Battle Aces or
I like the Zeppelin kind of thing. It looks fun. Looks like a bit like a flying hippo. It's not too bad. So it's not super serious graphic style. I think that's cool. Also the giant crab, I can see that. I like the artistic direction. This is definitely something I've not seen. Some generic stuff, of course. Like Space Marines, obviously.
Playing an RTS game. So, if you want to learn more about Battle Aces, or if you want to sign up for our beta test that's coming up very soon.
Bro, what he? Okay, that's... You know, when we discussed earlier trailers of like Zero Space, Stormgate, etc., we were missing this one unit that's oomph. This is a unit you want to present in a trailer. Flying spaghetti monster with laser eyes blasting away. Hell yeah. Done right. Done right.
Then please make sure to visit our website at playbattleaces.com. Thank you.
Okay, I had never heard the name Lightspeed Studios before, to be honest. Not crazy hyped. Definitely interested. Definitely interested. So this kinda goes into a direction of like looking up a build. If you want to learn the game, you look up a build. Like when you play a Diablo character or you want to follow a certain Elden Ring build or something, you just look up a build and that's easy to follow. Instead of learning a build order, that's not that easy. Go to the website, they have more videos and explanation. Okay. What was it? Play Battle Aces. Fast action RTS. Okay. I like that they are taking a leap. And that they really want to do something new. First I sign up for the thing. Gotta enter a code. I'll do that later. So... I'm just looking through the cinematic trailer, which we've seen. Wonder if there's just a cinematic trailer, right? But you can already, like from the cinematic trailer, you can tell how much money is involved already. It reminds me of like the Cowboy Bebop times. 90s anime, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, let's watch it again. I think this seems, yeah, there's some new stuff in it. I don't think this is cheap. Some power metal, love it. what? I kind of fall in love with it? Trailer is not bad. The trailer is not bad at all, man. Okay. Welcome to Battle Aces, a paradigm shift for PC real-time strategy games that allows players to customize a specific unit deck before each match. So, question here. Do you have to buy booster packs or something? Cinematic is awesome, but I don't see traces of the style picks up in the actual game. Kind of agree. Matches are limited to 10 minutes, making for intense battles, full of strategic depth at the highest level of play. Gameplay trailer. I think my PC is too slow to put this in full screen.
And I saw you were online. Now I am excited.
All right. So let's watch this and then we dissect it. I wonder, like, obviously, this is as far away from Warcraft 3 as it possibly gets. I wonder if you get, like, reinforcements somehow, of course. Because you do get some sort of resources, right? This seems kind of obvious. And that's the beginning of the game. You spawn, you rush to the middle. This has footy vibes. Okay, you can recall when you're under attack. These are fewer of these thingies, right, than before. Okay, so you can lower income. That means you must be able to get some sort of reinforcement somehow. Definitely feels like a game where StarCraft people excel at compared to Warcraft people. Send units at the right time to the right place. You control the units. Yeah. I mean, it just had footy vibes in the sense of you rush to the middle immediately. It's not that you don't control these. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, for sure. But obviously, the bigger armies are, the less potential for micro there is. Or the less time for micro there is. You can block each other, of course. I don't hate the unit design, to be honest. Very simplistic, yet recognizable. This is probably exactly what you need for a game like this. Strategic gameplay overview. Tasteless and Artosis discuss high skill expression in battle aces and strategic opportunities at the highest level of play for those who love to hone their craft of the best. Okay.
What is up, everybody? Tasteless here along with Artosis, and I am very excited to say we'll be doing our first ever Battle Aces cast. Battle Aces is a fast action.
Sorry, I can't go full screen right now. Don't know why.
Along with Artosis, and I am very excited to say we'll be doing our first ever Battle Aces cast.
Battle Aces is a fast action RTS. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, as we see here at the beginning, that is the core dropping down into the ground. That is the main base, the main resource locations where all your units will be made. If you lose it, you lose the game. Conversely, if you kill your opponents, you win the game. The only other win condition would be this timer you see up at the top. We have a maximum of 10-minute long games. If you go to the full 10 minutes, then it just takes the higher score and that player wins.
As you can see, right off the bat, you're able to take an expansion. So seconds into getting into the game, you can be building an army, you can be taking bases, you can be getting right into the action.
And as you see, 30 seconds in, we already have a little bit of an engagement. The player view that we're looking at is David Kim's. He's utilizing blinks, and he's going up against gunbots. You can see these gunbots turning to fight. They have an ability called Overclock. It's really a lot like Stim. It upgrades their speed and their attack speed, and you don't want to be engaging them when that's on.
Luckily, you are able to then blink away to get out of that area so that you can go to somewhere safer. Both players right now are now getting onto their third bases as tension is continuing to build here in the middle of the map.
Yeah, with those 3 bases up, they're going to be getting a lot more resources. A lot of micro going down right now. And one thing you've seen several times now is the intelligence bar. It's those boxes that are popping up onto the screen that David keeps on checking. That's going to show your unit deck and your opponent's unit deck. Basically where you are in your tech trees and what units you're going to have available.
So the units that we're seeing here at the start of this game don't have to be the units that you're going to be playing with or against in your first game of Battle Aces. There's so many different ways and combinations you can make in this game, which creates a unique experience every time.
And really, it revolves around the type of skills that you have, the type of way that you like to play. You can see David here, he's going for a very micro-oriented attack. His opponent, more about the pure damage output of his army. And really, there's all sorts of different ways you can go about choosing those decks.
I feel like this is what every strategy game ever says, but there will be a meta. So the question is, how will this end up?
Really speed versus strength here. David Kim now going down to the bottom right, but realizing that there's nothing in the middle of the map. He has to try to retreat here. He's getting closed in. He's getting surrounded. Right now, David Kim being chased over here into the base of his opponent.
Wow, this is actually a great move from his opponent. The gunbot's putting a lot of damage down onto these blinks, but of course that mobility that David has is really coming in handy. Blinking forward through this third base location, he's going to kill quite a few workers.
Yeah, it actually turned out to be a very fortunate interaction there for David Kim. He goes through that third base, massacres the workers, and manages to escape over to his side of the map.
One thing I do need to mention is I've noticed that he has that Starforge done. His opponent went for the Foundry. The Starforge is going to allow you to make some flying units, so that can really change the flow of the game. We have some butterflies coming out right now, and these have just a devastating anti-ground attack.
And using these versus the gun bots, he's going to be able to clear this area out very quickly. Meanwhile, setting the blinks down into the bottom right, we see that mortars have been set up, but they're not going to be helpful to try to push into this location. And this is really David Kim winning 2 different attacks on 2 different fronts.
And his opponent just now getting some missile bots out there. As you can see, some great anti-air, and that's going to push the...
You know, love-hate relationship with the units. I definitely like how readable they are. Simple shapes, good player color, relatively easy to read. But it's the same problem as with almost all unit types of these new RTS. Would you fall in love with a unit like this the same way you fall in love with a grunt?
The butterflies back, but you know what? He bought time. He was able to kill his opponent's 4th base while saving his own 3rd base. So very, very good there for David with the butterflies.
So right now his opponent back, licking his wounds. We have the butterflies arcing around through the northern side of the map as a huge push comes in here. This time the mortars will be able to set up. You can see David King comes in and tries to snipe one mortar, but realizes there's just too much damage here. There should be no way he can keep this 3rd base alive.
Yeah, his army's really more mobility based. He can't face against this giant death ball that we're seeing right now.
How do you know what your opponent is going for if there's no buildings? For example, when you scout at the beginning in a match of Human vs. Orc, you see either there's a Warmill and he's going Headhunters, or there's no Warmill and he's going Grunts, right? You can react. How do you do that here? Is the unit just there all of a sudden? Or is there some sort of indicator?
The mortars with the gunbots, it's a great combo. But he's going for some counter...
You see it? Oh, okay.
Harassment. Look at that damage output from the butterflies. They just cleared the workers in a matter of seconds.
Pretty crazy. He's able to once again wipe out all the workers at that 3rd base. It looks like we have some predators out now to drive these butterflies away. But on top of that, the 4th base position in the bottom right is wiped out once more.
And in fact, it looks like the Blink's still going to go on and attack elsewhere. And actually, David's 4th base up in that top left corner is under siege. So I think he is going to end up losing that one as well, unfortunately. But he's going after his opponent's 1st expansion. It does look like he's going to be able to get it.
Yeah, you can see he tried to get in there and get that mortar. Decides instead to just target down that 2nd base and regroup. He's taking his wins, and then he's pulling back out, continuing to accumulate a bigger and bigger army.
Yeah, he's got a lot of blanks right now. And it does look like David has gone up to the...
So that's what you mean, right? These little cards that was just there for a second.
And then he's pulling back out.
So this. But that just shows you the units, right? You don't know if he skips the tech or something. So for example, you wouldn't know if he's going for the flying unit unless you see the flying unit.
Continuing to accumulate a bigger and bigger army.
Yeah, he's got a lot of blanks right now. And it does look like David has gone up to the Advanced Star Forge, and he's saving up a lot of resources at the moment as he tries to run away. This army can't fight against his opponent. You see it's starting to fight, and it is taking a beating. He's going to blink away and try to run while he saves up money for this crazy Tier 3 unit called the Kraken.
He's been buying some time, but it looks like eventually this push is going to show up at the front door. He has banked up that money for that Kraken, but for the time being, I mean, it just looks like there's no way he's going to be able to keep this 3rd base alive.
Well, he decides to do something else with the blinks. He's going to go across the map and maybe try some sort of counterattack. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, his opponent's army is kind of mirroring him, but you know what? This is okay for David because he still needs to save up more resources for that Kraken. And in fact, he's going to find these mortars left in the center and be able to pick those off reasonably efficiently.
Yeah, really nicely done. He wipes that out. This is going to loosen up the position on the middle of the map, making Red have to do a little bit more heavy lifting to ever get back into this type of position again here. So for the time being, he can use these blinks to buy time. A mortar push coming across the map again is going to be a lot more costly, at least as far as time goes, and we know there's not that much time left in this game.
Well, as David kind of pokes in on the side, those mortars are there. He's going to have to back up. He's just looking to see if he can slow his opponent down a little bit as his resources continue to grow. Right now, he's at about 2,500, 2,500. That Kraken costs 3,000, 3,000.
Yeah, it looks like he's moments away from getting that because he's able to keep this position here. And as the mortars would try to set up, he then blinks away. He's bought a little bit more time. If the Kraken can get out, then he's going to be able to retake this third base that he lost earlier on this game.
And it looks like he is ready for it. There you go. He has purchased the Kraken. And look at the size of that thing. Just a deadly tier 3 unit. And
yeah,
you know what? His
it.
top left base looks like it's about to be under siege here. He comes up with those blinks, going to kill off a mortar, but that is a scary army to engage.
But I think he realizes maybe his blinks aren't going to be that useful over in this area. So instead he could try to come over here to the third base of his opponent. Meanwhile, the Kraken up here in the north is doing a huge amount of damage to that big push from our red player.
And you know what? He's going to be able to kill off this third base really quickly with those blinks. But I don't know if the Kraken's going to last. That's a lot of predators in there. And you can see the health is being chunked down so quickly, but the blink's going to come up and try to help out here as well. The Kraken going after them. Look at this, a blink forward targeting on predators, and he saves the Kraken with just a few health left.
And as long as there's any health left on that Kraken, all that damage is going to continue to come out. A huge victory here in the middle of the map. Right now, David Kim going to sink his teeth in and try to come in for the kill.
Oh, man, that's a big army, though, that we see right there. And with all those predators, he is going to be able to take down that Kraken. Now, one thing to mention, we can see right now the Foundry research is going on for David. So he's going into another tech route, one that doesn't involve flying units. I don't think we're going to see any more butterflies or even another Kraken out of David.
It seems like for now, David has to basically wait and brace for impact here. A push is inbound. He's ahead by 1 base.
Wyvern players, this is how you split units. Select a few, move to the side. Just for the Wyvern players out there.
But here comes that army now. He's going to have to try to tech out of this. A lot of damage is coming down.
So Crusaders now on the field. The Crusaders going to come up. They are very high health. They deal some AoE damage, and he is going to get on top of these gunbots. You can see they're doing a fantastic job of starting to chunk through these. The blinks behind as well, adding their damage in while the Crusaders tank everything. A great engagement here for David.
Yeah, just having those Crusaders in the front like that was beautiful, and a big blink on top so that nothing can escape. And now it just doesn't seem like there's that much left over here for Red. The push is going to continue up here. He's headed towards his opponent's core.
Yeah, all right.
Can't get over the fact, man. These units, they could just be squares, triangles, circles. There's no soul in them. Maybe that's not the priority, and then I probably get it. But this feels like toy soldiers. Unpainted.
The main cores have mined out. We're at the end of the game right now. Only 1:30 left in this game, and David's going to do a push with so few resources trickling in. What you see is basically what you get. Going to move forward some destroyers here, which do take down his Crusaders very quickly, but that blink forward will show to be too strong, and David kills the army.
He's going to come in here, and that is the win condition. If you take out your opponent's core, you have won the game, and that's exactly what we have. GG. That was fun. Our first ever Battle Aces cast, Artos.
Yeah, that was really, really well done. What I really like that we saw there was David was looking at that intelligence bar, and that will tell you a lot of things. It shows what your opponent has available at the moment, but it doesn't show what they have at the moment. And I felt like David did a really good job of banking some resources, figuring out what was going on, and then trying to counter it, right? Like he waited to build some butterflies, brought them out, pushed his opponent back, and did that counterattack. And I think that set up the situation where he can actually get a Kraken.
I love that he was using the blinks to buy time with the mortar push in the middle of the map. That allowed him to get the Kraken out of there. But he knew how to tech shift. So once his opponent had answered one problem, he had already created another problem and was just able to rotate through that tech and eventually win with that final push.
That is indeed cool. I feel like this is what makes Undead vs. Humans so beautiful at the moment. These unit rotations and transitions. And this is pretty much exactly what an RTS should be like. So they're probably onto something. I'll do a recap of what I like and what I don't like.
Yeah, a very cool game, guys. We hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you sign up for the beta now on playbattleaces.com.
And be sure to wishlist it on Steam. Thank you so much for joining us on our first ever Battle Aces cast. We hope to see you guys in the beta and on the ladder.
All right. Coming soon, June 9th. That's tomorrow. Learn about the game in this PC gaming show feature. Oh, that's the day after. That's Sunday. Where Tasteless and Artosis introduced the mechanics of Battle Aces with senior game director David Kim. So Tasteless is presenting a competitor to his mom's game. Wow. While his brother is presenting the entire show. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Okay. What I like and what I don't like. So, first of all, this is a Warcraft channel. We want a new Warcraft. This is not it. This is nowhere near it. This is not made for us. This is for other RTS players. It's fine. It's totally fine. We are the niche within a niche within a niche. Can't expect that. Do I like it? Not really. Would I love if they have heroes? Oh, 100%. But they came out there with a documentary saying we're going to revolutionize the way RTS is played. Kind of indicating that RTS, there's a lot of dust on RTS on the genre and stuff needs to change. And that's what they're trying to do. Building a base is tedious. People want action from the very beginning on. That is very noticeable in all games. All successful games. In Warcraft, you gotta wait 2 minutes until you move out of your base. Way too long. Then 1/5 of a game of these guys is over already. A few people like it, I see it, but I think if you wanna crack the formula of RTS, this is where you have to start, and I don't hate that they're going this way. The presentation. Compare this to what we've seen from other new RTSs. Cinematic anime trailer. Amazing. Followed up by gameplay. Amazing. Before all that was a little documentary that was basically their mission statement. And then you have an entire game which is basically a battle report by the most famous RTS casters there's ever been. Amazing. Check, check, check. Exactly what you gotta do. Exactly what you gotta do. I think. We got the full picture of this game and people can immediately decide, is this gonna be for me? Am I interested in this? Will I continue to follow it? Am I interested to play it? And people who are immediately turned off by the design will not raise their hopes up, as it was the case for Stormgate, for example. That should reduce a lot of hate, I think, that this game might potentially get. World building. We don't know too much about the motivation, etc. It's just factions, good girl, evil boss. Old story of good versus evil with robots on a little future anime setting. Little Dragon Ball-esque and grittier. And I really like that the units, they have some character in the cinematic. That's well done. That entire thing is well done. Name? Very generic. Very, very, very generic. Battle aces? Not a fan. Hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I like that they get rid of the base because this is what you have to do, I think, these days. You get rid of learning build orders. You get rid of finding the balance between, for example, gold worker, lumber worker. When should I go for my gas in a StarCraft equivalent? All that is is work. Building supply depots, work. You can lose games because of it. Annoying. Kinda unnecessary, kinda outdated. I like building a base because it's some sort of skill. And you can make it an interesting strategic part of your game. How do you build your base? Do you wall off ramps? If there are specific faction, is one base stronger than the other, etc., etc. But I also think that this adds an element that could take away from the fun, or that adds complexity without adding fun. And I think you got to focus on the fun if you want to bring RTS into a new era. More battles, less other stuff. Trim the fat. And I think they're on a very good way in that regard. For me personally, armies are too big, too much of the same unit. I like rather fewer units, heavier micro battles, instead of more macro and split pushes and harasses, etc. But that's just my taste as a Warcraft caster. I think nobody will be very surprised to hear that. Is the majority of real-time strategy games that way? With bigger armies, with harasses, with multiple reactions across the map? Absolutely. So I can't blame them for going that way. I think there is some sort of town portal, right? Because I hate when you misstep once and you lose the game because of it. I think town portals are an amazing way of making a game noob friendlier while still punishing you. Of course, a town portal doesn't have to be a little scroll in an inventory, but you can make it work. I wonder if they're looking for multiple factions, or is it just one faction with different units available and you can pick from them? When I see that, I worry a little bit that you can get hard countered quite easy and then you can't find a way out anymore. That is a risk that I see immediately. Like, your opponent goes a certain way, and then he has a unit that you can't counter with your deck. I don't know if there's a way to fix it then. What I like is the control, apparently. No big Warcraft UI. Or also Stormgate UI, whatever. Lighter, way lighter. And it feels like you can control everything with Quer. Or Quirds, or whatever. And then, of course, so far, I think the units on the battlefield looks like, I don't know, you could replace them by simple shapes. You could replace them by numbers. I don't think they have a lot of soul yet. But they are easily recognizable. And this also shows that they put heavy emphasis on readability, which is amazing and absolutely necessary as well. It seems very customizable. And hopefully the idea of tailoring your deck towards your playstyle works out and it's just not a marketing slogan, but actually works out in reality. Okay, how does this work? You can select 2 core units at tier 1 that will be the first units you deploy when the match begins. It's highly recommended to select 1 anti-ground focused unit and 1 anti-air focused unit as a combination. Okay. This is not too horrible, right? Imagine you could go footmen and headhunters or grunts and fiends. The next 2 slots to select for your unit deck are 1 Foundry and 1 Starforged unit. So I would, yeah, I would say 1 tier 2 ground, 1 tier 2 air. And you get 1, 2, 3 tech. To round out your 8 units, you can choose to fill each tech path with either an additional Foundry or advanced Foundry unit for 1 slot, an additional Starforged from her. These choices will determine if you have 2 tier 2 units or 2 tier 3 units in each tech path, depending on how you want to customize your playstyle. Okay, I don't hate that. Again, since you can't change them in a game anymore, the question to me is still, can you easily get hard countered by just the unit deck as you would be build order hard countered? Bit skeptic. But as long as you reduce the risk for that, I can see that being fun. And I can see that you can build a deck that expresses your style. I really like that they aim for 10 minutes. Ideally, I'd like to have an option at the end of the game, like go for draw or continue battling. Because if it's over at 10 minutes, how are we, like, most games get really awesome in the late game, but I also see that in the modern world, people have less time. The world is faster. You don't want to play 40 minutes, especially we older folks might not have 45 minutes for one game, for one map. Of course, the MOBA games go a lot faster, but I think aiming for quicker games is smart. Ooh, units.
Blink, ready.
Okay, maybe they give us more soul here.
Missile bots armed.
Ready to sting.
Dude, I love the crab. The crab is awesome. Also, the bomb was very cool in the cinematic. This one, I don't know.
Ready to blast!
The one and only.
Okay, it's basically Banelings, right? Reshaped.
All right, I am here.
We are airborne.
Air power.
Stinger's attacking.
I gotta say, maybe I'm like rose tinted, but this unit design is pretty original for a new RTS. I mean, you can always draw comparisons, right? A crab is a crab. The bomb is basically Mario's bomb, with a function of a bat rider, a sapper, or whatever. The flying things look a bit like a poor man's X-Wing, but in general, man, nothing jumps the eye as if, oh, I've seen this in a Blizzard game, I've seen that in a Blizzard game. I feel like I like this a bit better at the moment. And some stuff doesn't seem to be finished either. And it also feels like it doesn't take itself seriously, which I think is very important. Easily recognizable shapes, as I said. Don't hate it. I'm not immediately jumping on a hype train that this is gonna be the next thing. I'm gonna switch my career over to Battle Aces. Oh, damn, this is well made. Every unit has this animation and their stats already on the homepage. Man, you can just feel that this is so far well executed. Like the delivery, you can think of the game what you want, right? But what they delivered so far is exactly what you need to get an impression of the game. And this has character. This has character, just the top down doesn't. It's a bit janky, but it fixes itself. Love player color a lot. So if I get this right, you can equip stuff to the units. So maybe they serve two functions. They seem to have various, I don't want to say races because it's kind of robots, right? But there's clearly robots, and then there's these guys like the hunter and the recall hunter, the recall and the recall hunter. Like if you look at this unit, like nothing of this is really groundbreaking. The shape of a robot is the shape of a robot. This gun we've seen a million times, but these make it unique, and these the phase gives it character. I gotta say, in these battle animation, it seems like it's a lot of lasers at the moment. Some lasers are blue, some lasers are red, some lasers are green. Okay, but it's in general a lot of lasers. Far Horizon Collective. Those are the two factions, Far Horizon Collective and Senkaishu Limited. One are the robots, one are the more like alien thingies. Okay, we got rockets, not only lasers. It's not bad. It's kind of like a honeycomb. Everything is a bit animal-esque. Like obviously a crab, a wasp, honeycomb. I loved units like this in several tower defenses. Crazy, I really like the unit design so far. Simple, yet different. And I guess it's the settings fault that it's lasers and rockets, right? seems to follow very simplistic rules. Ground, air, single target, AoE. One thing counters the other. Especially given they're meant to be masked. They don't need as much personality. Yeah, I agree. 4, it's just me as a Warcraft guy looking at a grunt portrait and falling in love immediately. I think they serve the purpose correct. They didn't do a mistake by designing the units the way they are designed. As I said, player color way more important. Way more important. I don't know. I guess you won't have an idle animation anyway. Guess we gotta get used to, like, you can still implement some character traits by like death animation, death sound, etc. Yeah, dope, dude, dope. It's so simple, man. It's a bomb with legs. It's a baneling function, but it's a bomb with legs. Yes. Cool. Oh, we add lightning to the mix on top of lasers and rockets. Manufactured by Ghost of Venus. Not too sure what this means. Is it another different faction? It's so many though. Mortar, clearly a mortar. I think they're doing a lot of things very, very right. It might not be for me. It's definitely not tailored for me, but I can see a lot of reasoning behind their decisions, beside their designs, their execution. This feels, so far, well done. Can't really argue with that. It feels well done. You get action immediately. You got strategic choices. It's also crazy that how many units they got done already. Like, it feels like all units are done. Tier 1, tier 3, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And you got impressive stuff. Where's the Kraken? I've yet to see the Kraken. Give me that Kraken. Release it. Oh my god, it's a cat. I thought it's a hippo, but it's a cat. It's amazing. I like how simple animal inspired this all is, or most of it is. It's new yet recognizable. Yo, this is the best. This thing is so awesome. Instantly in love with this. Instantly in love with this. And this is... Okay, we're done. Okay, without having played it, just from looking at quality and thought process and originality, there's 1 or 2 leagues above Frost, Zero Space, and Stormgate. This is well done. This is well done. I gotta say, I was skeptic at the very beginning. I think when the cinematic started, my brain wasn't ready that this is an RTS. So, what's your first impression, chat? This makes me want to try it just based on the well-rounded presentation I've seen in the last 20 minutes. These guys obviously have financial backing to take that time and effort, though. Benefit from being Tencent funded. True. Seems properly planned out compared to others. Less fantasy, more silly in nature. Yeah. Amazing, meh. If it is to a certain degree like Battleforge, I might give it a spin. Impressive, not necessarily for me, but this can become huge. I kind of fear it will drown out any proper opportunity for traditional RTS going forward. Not sure it will work as a viewing experience. Yeah, I can see that. The trailer was really cool. I want to watch that movie, TV show. Playing the game isn't that important to me. Modern gaming, eh? We go full circle. Yeah, it feels very SC2-esque when it comes to battles. I can see this being a lot of fun. I can see this being a lot of fun. So, they certainly took elements of like footy. They took elements of an auto chess. They do make some right calls when it comes to, from what we've seen, pacing, trimming the fat, etc. I want to play. I want to play. This can be a lot of people's side game. Something rarely said about RTS. Yeah, this could be definitely simplistic. If it's easy to access, yeah, for sure. Dude, if you don't need a build order, that's so helpful. But this is something many RTS have tried and they all failed. Just putting it out there. But hey, we'll see. A paradigm shift in RTS is what they call it. Let's see if that stays true. Is the stream over, by the way? Summer Games Fest? We done?
Thank you.
I gotta click on that, right?
Not from
TT. Who was
it? It was like
I think they're done.
Gobbo.
Hi.
Did we miss anything crazy good? Probably not, right? Don't think so. Otherwise, you'll see it on the socials. Yo, this is Battle Aces. I'll be following. I'll be following. What a day, guys. What a day. Dice brings happy to game 5. We got a new RTS announced, and tomorrow, if I were you, I'd be checking into the Eastern qualifier for RaRaLand tomorrow, because I don't know if you checked the lineup recently. Just saying. Also got inspired Ice Orc, Xiaokai, Lawlight. Oh boy. The road to Rara. It's getting quite exciting, I gotta say. So that's gonna be tomorrow 1 p.m. Central European Time. We're gonna have the Western qualifier at 6 p.m. Central European Time. And that's the Saturday. If you like what we do, feel free to support us. backtowarcraft.com/support. Patreon, subs, memberships, donos, merch. All at your fingertips. And every bit of help is much appreciated. Thank you, Rabbit Lord, for the sub. I've been working in my office, kind of tired, and saw you're online. Now I'm excited. Nice to see that. Aquel Tower, that was red. Obzin, thank you very much. Capsule, Get Them, Pauli, Chessmoot, and AMA Credit. Love you guys. So, 1 p.m. Don't miss it. Open qualifier. Bye-bye. Carson said he wants to do a stream later. So just keep the stream up, I guess, and Carson will appear at some point. A wild Carson will appear.